Hey Otters, this is Ethan from Student Housing and Residential Life. You may or may not have seen me in our offices or maybe even on our TikTok, but for those of you unfamiliar with me, I'm a lead student assistant in the department, and today we'll be going over how to make a payment for housing. If you have any more questions, I've included 3 points of contact above my camera, the first being the username on all of our social media, then our email inbox, and lastly our office phone number. So first, you're going to want to log into your student dashboard. I've already done so ahead of time. Mine looks a little bit different just because my window's a little bit smaller, but it should still function the same. Once you're there, feel free to access OASIS. So mine is going to be under your apps. If your window's a little bit bigger, it might be under additional apps or more apps. So you're going to want to scroll down until you find OASIS. Here it is. Go ahead and click on that, and boom, now you're in OASIS. So for those of you who are either new to CSUMB or just need a refresher, OASIS is essentially our online student center where you can enroll for classes, make payments, or even change your demographic data and request transcripts. If you're in your last year like me, this is also where you would apply for graduation. So the first step here is to figure out how much exactly you owe for a payment. You have a little brief summary here, but this can mainly be done by going to just the overall finance sections and then hitting account inquiry. So follow me here. This will be a more detailed account summary. Again, for me, it just says I have no outstanding charges. I've paid everything off so far. So I just don't have any charges listed on my account. In the future, if you want to look at very specific payments for very specific deadlines, you're going to want to hit charges due. This is going to be in the second navigation menu at the top. And then it'll give you a specific breakdown of what payments are due at what time. The most important one is going to be one that says housing and then your area of where you're going to be living. And then on a tab next to that, it's going to say multiple. You're going to want to hit multiple, and then it'll give you how much exactly you're going to want to pay in accordance with the HIPP deadline. But what do I mean by HIPP? HIPP stands for the Housing Installment Payment Plan. All students living on main campus are automatically enrolled in this plan, and it essentially splits your overall housing payment into 3. So let's say I am going to be paying $6,000 per semester for my housing. According to the HIPP, that's going to be split into 3 different payments. So that would be $2,000 for 1 month, $2,000 for another month, and then $3,000 for the third month. Of course, there's a little bit more math that goes into it, but you can essentially think of it that way when it comes to calculating your overall cost for each month. So now that we've discussed the HIPP and figured out how much we'll be paying, you'll want to navigate back down to the finances section of OASIS and click the hyperlink that says make a payment. So we can go ahead and follow me. I'm going to go ahead and hit home at the top, and then it should take us back to OASIS, the main page. Perfect. And then in the finance sections in the bottom right, you're going to want to hit make a payment. So go ahead and hit that. And fantastic, it takes us to the Transact CashNet website. You'll have this little pop-up on the side, this notification, just letting you know that the CSU makes every effort to keep student costs to a minimum. And then it also gives you a little what you should know before making an online payment. This information kind of includes just surcharges for credit card payments, just the amount of business days it might take for a charge to post or for a payment to post to your student account or to your bank and whatnot. So feel free to read through this. This is very important information, and I think every student should know this as well. We're going to go ahead and exit out of this. And again, I highly recommend doing this on a computer, whether it be a desktop or a laptop. There is a mobile version of the site, but it just doesn't really function the same, and it might be a little bit slower than when you're doing it on an actual machine. So once in CashNet, you'll need to click on the section that specifies housing, meal plans, and related fees. If you pay in this section, it'll automatically label your payment as a housing payment, and it'll be processed faster. If you pay it as a general account payment, so under this student accounts, then it'll take our student receivables department just a little bit longer to figure out where and what that payment is for. So anything housing related, feel free to pay in this section. So let's go ahead and explore this. And now you'll see a bunch of choices for payments. So we have housing payments fall, housing payments spring, meal payments fall, and meal plan spring. If you're living in our apartments on campus, whether that be Strawberry or Promontory or East Campus, this is also where you'll go to purchase a voluntary meal plan if you want one. So here's all of our voluntary options right here. If you currently have a meal plan, this is also where you'll go to purchase additional dining dollars, additional meals, so on and so forth. The last kind of section here is just for housing damages, checkouts, and changes. So this is kind of more of the like miscellaneous housing fees. So if for some reason you have a damage charge in your account, this is where you'll pay it. If you're checking out of housing past our license date, then this is where you'll pay kind of that excess fee. If you do a room change during our room change application period in the semester and you complete a room change, then this is where you'll pay that $50 fee. But yeah, so let's go back up to the top. So depending on when you view this video, you're either going to be paying in housing payments fall or housing payments spring. Since this video is being made and released during the spring semester, spring 2022, we're just going to go ahead and do an example payment for spring. So let's go ahead and click on this. Yeah, you'll notice that there's no listed amount here. But this is actually where you'll have to go back to that account inquiry and put in the amount that you're going to be paying for the HIPP. So let's say my first installment for the HIPP is only $10. So I'm going to make a $10 payment, and the reason for the payment, let's just say spring session 1 HIPP payment. You can label it whatever you want, just make it specific enough so that we know what session that it is for. So we're going to add this to payment, and it's going to ask us if you want to add more things. So if I had a meal plan, I'd probably add that, but since I don't, I'm just going to go ahead and pay now. So awesome. It takes us to our little receipt here, a little shopping cart, and it's going to ask us if we would like to pay for something else. I don't at this point. I just want to pay for my first session. If we scroll all the way down, you can't really see it from where I'm at in terms of just the display on my screen share, but there's going to be a blue button that says continue at the bottom. Go ahead and click that if you're ready to proceed to the next step. For me, I get this warning just because I paid for something just a little while ago, and that's fine. You most likely will not get this warning, so I'm just going to go ahead and press I agree and hit continue. Now it's going to ask me how I would like to pay. For me, I'm just going to pay through a credit card. And remember, there's going to be a surcharge if you use a credit card. Yes, so you're just going to put in the card number, expiration date, security code, normal credit card stuff, especially if you've bought anything online before. But yes, after I put in all that information, you can either choose to save it or not. I choose not to save it for security purposes. And then I hit continue. And then congratulations, you've made your housing payment. And it's a secure encrypted payment as well. So you don't have to worry about anybody else like looking in or hacking your payment or whatever. So you should be all set to go once you hit continue. Awesome. So thank you, Otters, for watching this video. If you found it helpful, feel free to like, subscribe, and share it with your fellow Otters. Like I said, if you have any questions, you can comment down below, or you can contact us with the information above. Again, in order, that's our username on all social medias, then our email inbox, and lastly, our office phone number for our main campus office. If there's anything else you'd like to see us make a video on, also let us know, and we'll be happy to see what we can do for you. Until next time, have a fantastic day, and stay safe, Otters.